Hello dear students, here I am Dr. Amjad Ali, and in this video we are going to cover the practical example of Eviews which is given on page number 145, and it is the second example of chapter 4, and the book which we are following here for the Eviews, that is Introductory Econometrics for Finance, written by Chris Brooks, and we are solving the multiple regression in Eviews using an APT style model. And we know that in the spirit of arbitrage pricing theory, the following example will be examined: the regression that seeks to determine whether the monthly return on stock, Microsoft stock, can be explained by the reference to unexpected changes in the set of macroeconomic and financial variables. So this example is particularly check how the Microsoft stock price will be affected by some macroeconomic variables and some financial variables. So for this we have first see what the data set we are following here. Here we are following the data file, that micro Excel, and we have 254 monthly observation, and the data started from 1986 to April 2013. So see, here we have data in Excel, and here we have a number of variables, and around there are 13 series of variables that are given here. That the first one is the industrial production. No, so first one is not industrial production. Here see the Microsoft price, stock price, the S&P 500 index value, and we have a consumer price index. This is used for the inflation and industrial production index, and we have treasury bill yield for the different maturities, like 3-month maturity, like 6-month maturity, like here we have 1-year maturity, 3-year maturity, 5-year maturity, and 10-year maturity. And we have a narrow money supply as an independent variable, and we have consumer credit, and we have the last one is the credit spread series, which is the combination of annualized average yield between the portfolio of bonds rate, which is known as AA, and the portfolio of bonds rate, which is known as BAA. Okay, let's start. We have to open Eviews. So open Eviews. So we have see here what are the requirements of the question, that we have the data range, monthly data. We the start date of we have the data start date 1986 March to April 2013. So put it monthly here and write 1986 203 March and 2013 April 04. So here we have to press OK, and we found that there are two tabs are generated, that is the constant and the residual. So see what the next is import data from the Excel file. Now we have to click on file, here import data from my computer, where I have to put the data. So I have series very far. This is chapter 4, and this is the macro file Excel, the same name which is given in the book. So click for the selection and then press open, and then press next. next, and then finish, and press yes. So see here we have the imported data and all the selected variables, all the required variables which we are going to use in this example. The first stage is to generate a set of changes or difference for each of the variables here, because PT use the stock return with the reference to the unexpected change in the macroeconomic variables rather than their levels. The unexpected value of a variable can be defined as the difference between the actual value of the variable and the expected value of the variable. Okay, here the question rises that how we believe that the investor might be farm their expectation, and while there are many ways to construct a measure of expectations, the easiest is to assume that the investors have some expectation that the next period value of the variable is equal to the current value. So normally our investors expectation is like that. Okay, this being the case that the entire change in the variable from one period to the next is unexpected change. Okay, now we have to transform our variable and then find the difference or the rate of change of our variable. So let's start. We have command here. This is the formula for the creating the difference of spread rate. We copy this formula and we click on generate and we paste it here. Okay, keep it in mind, here see we have Excel data, and here we have space between the titles of the variable, or you can say the names of the variables. So Eview cannot accept these type of space between the names of the variables. So see here, when we take the data into the Eviews, so see here there are some underscore are generated by default by Eview. So see here we have first variable BAA underscore AA underscore spread. So first we have typed the exact name of the variable. So see here underscore is missing, and here also underscore is missing. So minus, you have to delete this minus and press minus again, and we have underscore. So you have to type the exact name. If exact name is not mentioned, so see here I am not using underscore here, this is our actual variable, so I am not using underscore here. So see, press OK. This variable is not generated, so we have to make this sure that variable name is completely given here. So this is our exact name of the variable which we are going to generate. So see this is our exact name of the variable. So normally I prefer that you can use the small names in Eviews. So press OK. So see, this is new variable have been generated from BAA and AA spread. So see what is the next. The next is you have to create the credit formula, decredit. So copy this formula and press generate. So see here we have also missing the underscore sign here, so we have to put the underscore and delete this minus and press minus again, because that particular minus is representing like dash, so that's why we have to remove it. Okay, press OK. So see here we have a decredit variable. Okay, what we have next is this is D production. So we have industrial production here, so press generate. So here again the see the name of the industrial production, there is underscore, so we have to put the underscore here. So press backspace and press underscore and delete this minus and press new minus, because if you are using the same minus then this will not generate a new variable for you. So here we have press OK. In the next I will show you how this minus will not possible to generate a new variable. Press OK. So see, here we have a deproduction. So what the next we have or RM soft. So copy this formula and press generate, paste it here. Okay, press OK. This will be generated. What the next we have RS and deep. So press generate, press Control V, the formula have been pasted, and then press OK. New variable have been generated. So these and are new variables, and the this color is showing our previous variable which we have imported. These yellow colors are new variables. So what the next we have, this is our next variable, money supply. So copy formula and then paste it in generate file. Okay, see here what is the title of the money supply. Here we have after supply, here we have a underscore. So press backspace and write it underscore. Okay, I am not removing this minus. So see what happened here. So press OK. See here the minus is representing as a dash, so that's why we have to first remove the previous one and paste it a new one, write it a new one, and then press OK. Okay, see here we have a new variable of money supply. So what's the next? Okay, so keep it in mind that we have different variables here. So D money, after D money we have inflation rate. So copy the formula of inflation and then press generate, paste it here and press OK. The inflation variable have been generated, and then we have term formula and copy this formula term and then press on generate and Control V. Okay, we are not, if we are not changing this minus, then this variable will also not generated. So see here so we have to remove this minus with this. Okay, press OK. We have a term variable. Here we have a new variable. Yellow folder is showing a new variable term. So what the next we have? Okay, we have to create the difference of the inflation rates. So copy the deflation formula. Deflation, not it is a deflation, it is a difference for the inflation. So here we have to remove the minus and put it again. So press OK. Here we have a difference of the inflation rates. So where is the difference of the this is the difference of the inflation rate. Okay, what we have next we have this series that is the maturity of 3 months, and we have divide this 3 month maturity by 12. So see here we have a 3 month maturity. Where is the 3 month maturity? So see, this is the 3 month maturity. So series started from 701. So following the book, we have to write it as it is, but sometimes this formula cannot give you the exact outcome. So that's why you have to rename the left side, this part, like you put it D or any word which is different from the actual variable. So here we have the actual variable. So actual variable first value is 7.01. so if this will change, then we are not rename this variable. So here we have to create a generate, press V, and you have to remove this and then press dash again and then press OK. Okay, see, we have a new series, and this is the exactly series which is generated after you can say that after the division of 12. So this is our new series. Okay, what the next we have, and here we have find the lag term for the R term. So we have copy this formula, and then we have click on generate, press formula, and after pasting the formula you have to remove the previous minus sign because it is not representing the actual minus. So you have to remove, which you have copy from your book. So you have to type it by yourself. Okay, press OK. Okay, we have another variable and we have another formula. Okay, I have put it here. Use the above rename variable. If you have renamed the variable, then you can use the rename variable. Okay, here you have copy this formula and you have to press generate, Control V. So you have to remove this minus and see what this will be for us. Okay, this is given by MUSTAB TB3M. So see, you have to select this, and here this is also given, so you have to select the yellow color. So that's why I wait for getting the yellow color sign. So press OK. Okay, see what is the next for us. So we have generated the first variable, and then copy this formula, copy, and then generate minus, remove this minus and write your minus, and press remove the M and then click on this. So this is the selected variable because this is given by 2 times. Here we are following the Brooks book, so that's why Brooks is not changing the formulation here, so that's why we are using as it is. Okay, press OK. Okay, let's see what we have next for us. We have generated all the variable, and now we have to find the multiple linear regression line here. So there are different methods for the selection of the variables here. First, Brooks is asking us that you have to save this file as a name of this file. So we have to copy this and then we have to save this file wherever you like. You can click on save. So I am saving it on index in my documents. So I name it as the Brooks has given the name, so I save this file. So press OK, and the file has been saved. Now the Brooks is demanding that you have to select the variables, and for this you have to click on object and new object equations and then follow the instructions. So you have to click on the object and new object, and you have here you have a equation and then press OK, and this tab will be open. And here you have to write the manually the variable, or you can copy these variable from here and paste it here. So this is the another method for the selection of the variable, but for my students I always recommend that you have to select the variables by yourself. So for this you have to select first your dependent variable. It is given ermsoft. So this is ermsoft. So press and hold the control key and then select the independent variable Sandeep, and then D drop, and then you have D credit, and then you have D inflation, and you have D money, then you have here you have D money, and then you have D spread, and this is D spread, and at the end you have R term. So this is your last one is R term. So this is R term. So I always prefer this one. So open as equation. So here the constant is given at the end. You have removed the constant from here and write the constant after the dependent variable. Okay, this is the selection criteria for the variable. Okay, if you like, then you can copy this formula from here, copy, and you can paste it exactly here as it is. So these are same outcomes here. So we are using the simple linear regression, you can say the simple OLS. So this is the by default given, so you have to click on OK. Okay, after clicking on the OK, so see this is the same screenshot which Brooks has given on the page number 146. So this is the same screenshot which is given in the Brooks book, page number 146. So here we have a dependent variable ermsoft, and independent variable are here. We have independent variable, and some variables are here macroeconomic variables, and some variables are here financial variables. So you are very familiar with the interpretation, because here we have more concern with the interpretation of the variable. So see here we have this variable is significant, so p value represents the significance of the variable, and r term is also significant. So the rest of the variables are insignificant. So here you have to understand that most of the selected independent variables are insignificant, and we have to see that either our model is good fit or not, because it is more important for us. So for this we have f-test here, but this f-test is showing a significance value, so we can conclude that our model is good fit, but we have a number of independent variable here as a significance, so we have to test all these insignificant variables at the same time. So this is our C1, this is our C2, C3, C4. So we have to put the restriction because we are testing the insignificant variables or parameters at the same time. So we have to click on view, and then we have a coefficient diagnose, and we have to click on wall test restriction. So here we have to put the restriction in case of simple regression. When you have a one variable, you are using a one restriction, and when in your previous example on page number 145 you are using two restriction. Here we are using around 5 or 6 restrictions. So here see what are the restrictions. Here we have C3 to C7. So technically we are putting here 5 restrictions. So I copy these restrictions and then put it on the restriction menu. So see here we have to click on OK. In this screenshot or in this table we have two type of outcome. That first one is the F test and the chi-square test. Okay, the result of F test we are following here, that we have F test with degree of freedom 5 and 365 distribution, as there are 5 restrictions and we have 324 usable observation and 8 parameters to estimate in the unrestricted regression. The F test value here is 0. The coefficient value here is 0.853 with the p value is 0.1. This suggests that the null hypothesis cannot be rejected. The parameter on the parameter which we have here, see here two parameters, that is ER deep and R term, are not included for the testing process because they are significant. One is highly significant and the R term is significant at 10%. So we are not including these two variables in F test procedure. So this reveals that we are not rejecting our null hypothesis for these variables: d drop, d credit, d inflation, d money, and d spread. So from the interpretation point of view, so we can say that there are some macroeconomic and financial variables are not contributing in the return of Microsoft company. Okay, this is the Eview's example 2. So see you with the third example. Okay, ciao.